Welcome to the 10-Day Growth Hacking Challenge with your host, Nader Sabri. It is awesome to have you guys join us aboard here on season 2. We've got Rohit BASSI, a global practitioner in the area of presentations and public speaking, 2-time TEDx speaker, and a ton of things that he's done helping organizations, including organizations like HSBC, right? Who else? You work with amazing companies. I mean, the list goes on and on. Before we get started, just as a reminder for those who have not picked up a copy, pick up a copy of Growth Thinking Methodology. This is Growth Thinking Design Methodology. This is what we use here in the challenge. If you want to do what we're doing, this is your answer. Let's get started. Today, we're here on hack number 3, the last of the hacks for the challenge. Rohit, how are things with hack number 1 and 2 before we get started? If there's any results or updates or impacts that you've had that you want to share with us related to hack 1 or 2?
So hack 1 and 2 are still in process. There's nothing much happened in terms of getting any. So let's look at hack 1. Still doing the videos.
Perfect.
Okay, which is going on. I'm sure something will materialize. Hack 2, I'm still looking the redocumentation of the proposal for the incubator pitching, which unfortunately I wasn't able to update because, as you're aware, I've not been that well in the past 2 weeks. But yeah, it's work in progress.
Awesome.
So it's I do feel hack 1 is the one which is going to really push things forward, because there's a couple of times where I've had responses on the video saying, hey, great to be connected to you. Let's see what we can do together.
Yeah.
And I think that's just a common message which you get, but at least now a response is coming back compared to what was happening before.
Fantastic. For those who are just tuning in, you can go to video number 2, which is hack number 1, to know what hack number 1 is. In summary, essentially, it's an outreach hack using LinkedIn as the main platform by using video rather than text, which gets a way higher hit rate and a lot more personal. It's worked very well for Rohit in the initial phase. And because it's summertime and people moving around a lot, and so the response rates in general, we estimate should be a lot higher, although they're higher than in general, but probably the response rates will increase in roughly a month from now when people are back to regular schedule. Hack number 2, remind us what hack number 2 is.
So hack 2 was actually going into incubators, accelerators, and helping them pitch their ideas to investors. So
Yep.
What's the proper way to do it? As you are aware, and which I've seen in the business and across all businesses, that's where many businesses lack in I think pitching, you could call it a pitch, or I would say in delivering their message, what their business is real about.
Yep.
Because see, they're people they're investors who only care about the financials, the numbers. But then there are investors, and which is which I would say is much more out there, is they will just not look at the numbers. They will invest in you because of you, what your story is. And I'm not talking about the dramatic or emotional story, but what do you stand for? What makes you do what you want to do? How are you helping, serving, and supporting people, the world, the globe in that way? So they're always looking for that. I want to know what your business is, but I want to know who you are as an individual as well. And
Yep.
that needs to come through the pitch, through
Absolutely.
the way you deliver it, through some kind of a story mechanism.
Yep.
That's what I would say.
So I think for those who just want to know a bit more about that, go to the third video, right? So the third video is hack number 2. You can get a little bit more detail. Rohit goes into extreme detail about how you just build a story, trickle it down, get focused so you're not that single brick, right? And then finally deliver on the story so that you can close and pull them to a call to action. He's taken his skills in presentations and public speaking and niched down. He's using a niche application that's specific to startup companies and people in the startup space, where entrepreneurs are consistently pitching for investment, partnerships, and several other things as they do so. And so how do they win those pitches? And that's really what hack number 2 is about. Hack number 3,
Absolutely.
Tell us about hack number 3. Let's dig into hack number 3. What is it? How's it worked out? What's going on?
So hack 3 is about connecting with people. For example, say even though I do public speaking and presentation skills, this is very crucial in the leadership domain, and also people who are starting in their career or in the mid-career. And what you and I noticed was there are people out there who have the YouTube channels where they have a numerous subscribers. We're talking about into thousands and thousands of subscribers on how to use PowerPoint or Keynote or one of these softwares to present.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You can have beautiful decks, but you need to be able to deliver the message.
Yeah.
This hasn't been done yet, but it's something which I'm devising, is connecting with these people who have all these subscribers and say to them, hey, look, you are providing that technical role of how you actually can use one of these softwares, be it PowerPoint, Keynote, Prezi, whichever it is, in an optimum way. Excellent. Now, that's one side. What about how they can deliver that message? And this is where I come in. How can they use that deck and adapt it to tell a story rather than just be a fancy deck?
Yeah. So guys, for those who are tuning in, and especially those who've taken my training or been reading my articles, this is what's called a combo hack. A combo is when there's two things that take place but haven't been combined to create a hack. And in this particular case, it's a combination of the technical skill to actually develop a presentation versus the skill to actually deliver the presentation. And that's where the combo hack is. Underlying in this is actually a YouTube hack that I've used for numerous years. It's been published as one of the top growth hacks around the world. As I've shown you before, I think there's some people, I showed you some of the messages, people who use it, and like, they write to me like, we can't believe that not enough people around the world use this hack, which is awesome. So, use it while it lasts. And essentially this hack is about being able to use YouTube real estate. That's what it's about. And so monetizing YouTube real estate on other people's channels who've got the traffic, but don't necessarily have the monetization capabilities or channels to do so. And that's what this is about. It's about being able to monetize people who have a significant amount of traffic, for example, who teach a PowerPoint. So PowerPoint A to Z, they have like 30 million views on some of the videos that we saw. And so that's obviously a significant amount of traffic, but then there's the next part of the equation, right? There's the first part is building it, and the second part is actually delivering it. And that's where Rohit services come in, and that's where this hack is coming to play. So this hack is you're about to get started, or you've been trying it, or what has happened in this status? Yeah. So
I've looked at a couple of, what I've done is there's one particular lady in the US, I've connected to her. So this was when we first spoke about the hack. This was about, when did we start?
It should have been almost 10 days ago, but we stretched a little bit.
So we started when we started during that time. So I connected with this lady. So I sent her a message. So she connected to me over the weekend. So I've been looking around, and I personally found her work very high quality. There are a lot of people who do, who have great viewers, great number of viewers, but the way she actually connected with the audience through a video, and the way she delivered the message in such a simple way that even a non-technical individual could follow her videos with quite ease. So there was one particular, so the way I did was I saw one particular video, and I liked what she was doing. So I followed her instructions. It was like this. So I connected with her. So over the weekend, she connected with me. So this week, I'm going to drop her an email. Hey.
Fantastic. This is awesome. By the way, so there's a lot of people like that. Like there's Michael McKinney, and there's a few other guys I know by name that I've gone through in the past who have phenomenal technical skills, especially in Keynote, right? So Keynote, of course, PowerPoint, but ultimately is like you not just connect with the personalities. I would actually challenge you to go to connect with the makers of Keynote, obviously, and the makers of PowerPoint, which is Microsoft, and actually talk to some of their product managers and explain that you can become part of helping them actually work with their product, because they probably have a huge ecosystem of technical implementers that they use all around the world, people you may not even see online. And that would be an excellent referral network for you to drive business in. For as we said, again, there's two parts to the equation, right? There's the technical bit, putting it in, and there's the actual delivery, which is a different story altogether. So I think there could be like some interesting synergy. So I would extend on it by trying to reach out to some of these product managers. And at the same time, there's other presentation tools out there that, you know, people may have not have heard of. So one of them, I mean, Prezi used to be 10 years ago not known. It was just really cool, did a lot of cool stuff. I don't know how popular it is today. I've never used it myself, but there are other tools like that, presentation tools that pop up all the time. And the producers behind these tools could be very interested to gain a deeper ecosystem. And I think that that could be an area that you can tap into, people who do other presentation work. There's also, like, I've seen auto deck builders. So auto deck builders, like, depending on kind of what you want to do, they would auto build the deck, and you kind of choose like Canva. It's kind of like a Canva, but they got like all the other things that go into it. And then they develop this specialized presentation with a few customizations. So you might want to reach out to them. Canva is another one, by the way. You might want to reach out to Canva because I think they do a lot of work. I've never used it in the sense of for a presentation, but that might be worthwhile as well. So yeah, I challenge you to just kind of take that synergy and go beyond. Don't just be stuck to those who are visible that we see on YouTube. Go beyond that, because I think the way that you complement the skill and the way that you're going to create that monetization can go a long way for a lot of these guys. Yeah. That's it, man. What's next?
Next. I mean, just following through this. That's what needs to be done, is to follow this through and see how this goes with the other stuff which I need to do.
Yeah, I think the combination of your 3 hacks is going to really propel you, right? Like, one is like how you outreach to people in a unique way, right? And then the second part, which is obviously a niche application that's going to bring you a whole new audience. And then finally at the end is just basically connecting the dot between the technical and the actual delivery of the presentation. I think the combination of these 3 growth hacks will continue to push you. Guys, for those who want to know more about Rohit, click below. An amazing guy. I know him on a personal basis. He's helped me a lot with a lot of communication things that I've done. You can learn a lot from him. His content is absolutely rich. He's got 300 videos right on YouTube and roughly 300 plus articles that sit on LinkedIn and medium.com and on his blog, and all of them geared towards communications, presentations, and how to speak in public. He is your guy to go to on this one. Click below, get more information. Rohit, we'll see you in the final as we close off this challenge.
Cool. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it for allowing me to be a part of this challenge.
Awesome, Rohit. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.